Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the ranvoo-towel-warmer, and what I want to do today is to show you around the product, get it installed, so I want to get it connected and show you it in action with some of the features and benefits that it offers. But all I normally say before I start is please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up to subscribe. I normally talk about household appliances, there's normally a bit of tech in there as well, so just give us a quick subscribe, then we'll make a start. So towel warmers or towel heaters are not a new thing on the market, but the majority of them around at the moment are quite big, they're quite chunky, and I think what Ranvoo have done is they've done a lot of customer research and they've discovered that a lot of people just want something that's a lot slimmer, I suppose a lot more stylish looking like this. So lots of the current products on the market, after doing some customer research, quite high wattage, they tend to be 300 or 400 watts or above. But what Ranvoo have done is they've done the customer research and they've found that really you don't need to go into such a high wattage. So they've made this one quite a low wattage, it's only 130 watts. And in the UK, if you were to work that out, so as far as the running cost, which I suppose really is what people are interested in, if it's on for example, for say 2 hours a day, at the moment you're looking at an average probably around 15 pence per kilowatt hour, then you're looking probably around £1.30, £1.40 a month. So it's not going to break the bank. Now I know some people will be thinking, well, why do I need a towel warmer or a towel dryer? All I do is I've got a hook that I just go and hang my towel up on after I've had a bath or a shower, and that seems okay. But what you do find is a lot of people, especially if you're in quite a small bathroom where the ventilation isn't that great, then it can take quite a long time to dry your towel. And what you can find, it can become a little bit musty, and very quickly it can start to smell. And what these will do is it will actually dry the towel very quickly, and I suppose the main advantage is it just makes it a lot more hygienic. Plus what you can do is if you're going to get into the shower or bath, you can actually warm your towel before you get in there, and it's just a nice feeling to get out and have a nice warm towel to dry yourself on. You can also find that if you have a towel that is left to dry naturally, especially if it's scrunched up, if you've got quite a big towel, and if it takes quite a long time to dry, then you can get things like bacteria build up on the towel. So clearly by drying it quickly and efficiently, then there could also be health benefits as well. As far as the dimensions on the towel warmer, it's only 520mm wide, 130mm deep, and only 43mm high. So quite a compact design. So depending on when you're watching this video, if you're watching it quite near to when I've just released the video on YouTube, then you will see that I have provided a link below for this product. It's actually in a live Kickstarter campaign at the moment, but if you follow the link at the bottom, then you'll see that there is a very competitive price on it. If that's finished, if you're watching it clearly into September or a bit later on, then I have put another link because you can still get it at a competitive price. But really what I want to do now is to get it connected. As far as the installation for the towel warmer, it couldn't be easier. Now the advantage is you don't have to worry about getting your screwdriver out or your drill. There's no holes to drill, so it's a nice clean easy fix. All you need to do, you get 3 of these with it. So you get 3 sticky pads, and also you get this is liquid nails as it's called, and the idea is just on the back here you would just stick 3 of the pads onto the back there, use the liquid nails just to go along the back there, stick it on to the application where you want to put it, mainly in your bathroom. I suppose this is going to be used. Once you put it on, it is recommended to leave it for probably an hour or 2 just to let it completely set, and then you're ready to use it. So clearly anything electrical in a bathroom has to be protected. It has got the RCD on it that's already attached. In theory it does just plug in. I suppose for UK use it is recommended that this gets connected into a fuse spur rather than just plugging it in, especially if it is in a bathroom. They are IPX4 rated, so the main advantage is it is splash proof, so it is fine for use in a bathroom. As far as the position of it in the bathroom, where you want it to go, I suppose the main priority is going to be the electrical connection. That's something to consider before deciding where to put it. But something else to consider is the surface that you want it to stick onto. Clearly, I suppose the main areas where you want it to go on are things like ceramic tiles, glass wall, Metal surfaces and marble surfaces are fine. Even things like antique brick wall or wood wall should be okay. The areas that are not recommended, I suppose what Ranvoo has basically said is not to put it on a painted wall. Things like plasterboarded wall, cement wall or wallpapered wall, those areas are not really recommended, because all you'll find is that when you put it on, once you've got the weight of the towel on it as well, then it could fall off. So I'd recommend, certainly look for a location, decide where you want to put it before starting the installation process. So what I've done is I've put the sticky labels on the back, and I've put some of the liquid nails on the back as well. It is recommended on the surface you're going to put it on as well, just give it a wipe down, make sure that's nice and clean. Again, you wouldn't want to go and stick this on and then realise it was a little bit dusty or dirty beforehand. Also try and do it when it's quite dry in there. You don't want to do it when it's, say if you just had a bath or a shower, especially if the area that you're in isn't that well ventilated, then you want to make sure it's quite nice and dry in there. So all I've done here is I've just put 3 little markers on here just so that I know it will be level. It's just a bit easier than trying to do it and have a spirit level going across here. So I've put the markers, as I say, on the wall. All I want to do is just stick it on there. So what I'll do is I'm just going to hold it here for a moment, just to let the liquid cement go off. So what I've done is I've actually let it dry for around an hour now, so that should be fine to stick onto the wall that I've got. All you need to do, so as far as the installation, that was really easy. I've just got it plugged in as well. When it comes to switching it on, all you do is you just press that, and that's it. That's switched on. Just show you that again. So switch it off. I do really like this. This is just a cheeky little, well, I suppose it's like a display, but this is really good because it doesn't matter, even if you have got slightly damp fingers, because it's touch control, then that doesn't matter. As far as the heating of it, it is really quick to heat up. I know you probably can't see it under here. I'll just pop this paper underneath. Hopefully you can see that it just changes colour. It actually uses infrared heating. So when you combine that with the carbon fibre element, it does heat up extremely quickly. As you can see, it's gone red within a couple of seconds, so that's already up to temperature. And what it also does is you can probably hear there's a couple of fans in it just circulating the air as well, so it's not just relying on the heating element. But basically that's ready to go. So what I've done is I've just zoomed in just to give you a closer look at the little touch control display. Now as far as the controls, again, dead easy. First of all, you've got the on and off button on the right hand side here, as I just mentioned. What you can do is you can actually get it to turn off after either 1, 2 or 3 hours. So all you do when it's switched on, so when you've got it switched on, pop your towel on, you can select that if it wants to be on for 1, 2 or 3 hours. And I suppose the good thing about that is it will really determine on the size of the towel that you put on. You know, if it's just quite a small thing, say if it was just a flannel or a very small thin towel, then an hour might be okay. If it was quite a thick bath towel, and if you've had a really good bath and you soak it in wet, dried your hair, then you might need the full 3 hours on there. Also on the far left hand side, you've got a button here, and that will change the option between auto, drying or sterilise. Basically what auto does, so under this mode the product dries and sterilises the towel automatically. The second option, which is the drying mode, so with this mode the heating tube and the fan work at the same time to dry the towel, and the UVC sterilising lamp doesn't work with that mode. And then as you go to the final one, the sterilise mode, so with this mode only the UVC sterilising lamp works to sterilise the towel, but the heating tube and the fan don't work. So I know I mentioned about the physical dimensions earlier, but what I hadn't mentioned is the actual size that you can put the towel into, and you're looking around 42 centimetres. So as long as the towel that you put in on there is under 42, then that should be fine. If you want it single layered like that, Clearly what you can do is you can double it over, but if you are using it for, especially for the drying purposes or even the sterilising purposes, then if you double it over, then clearly it will take a bit longer to dry. So what I'll do, I'll just give you a quick demonstration. I'll just show you the actual heating element when it's in action. So all I'm going to do is first of all switch it on. Now the first one is the auto, so that's using the drying and the sterilising. The next option on here is just the drying, so you can see that even within a couple of seconds it's really nice and up to temperature really quickly. And then as you go to the sterilise, you can just see that that's just using the sterilising, so that's not using the drying function at all. So it's just nice to see it in action. And then if you go back to the auto, then as I mentioned earlier, that's heating up and that will set the drying process really quickly. A couple of other things to mention. First of all, it is recommended when you actually install it to do it at least 60 centimetres off the floor. Clearly you don't want young people going and putting their hands on it, so you want to make sure it is at a decent height. Clearly it will be over 60 centimetres anyway. The next thing is it does actually come with a couple of clips. So what you can do is you can actually hang the clip onto the towel warmer, and what it will do is that will enable you to hang smaller items on there. Things like a flannel or sometimes the scrunchies that you wash yourself with. So that you get a couple of those with it as well. If you have been as impressed as I am with this, and if you are considering buying one, then as I mentioned earlier, at this time of recording, it's actually within a live Kickstarter campaign. So if you have caught this quite early on, then just click the link below, because some of the prices are really good. What you can find is if you're over that time, then I have still provided a link below. All I'll do is I'll just change the link, and then that will still enable you to get it at a competitive price. But I hope you've enjoyed this quick video on the ranvoo-towel-warmer. Please give us a thumbs up, click subscribe on a YouTube channel, and leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video itself. I hope I've covered everything as far as the installation of the product, going through some of the specification and giving you a demonstration of it. If I have missed something, or if you think there's something that you were watching the video that hopefully I'll talk about, then just pop in the comments, or if you have got any questions on the product, again just pop in the comments and I'll get back to you. Anyway, thanks for watching.